Let's do it, chat. Is everyone awake? Oh.
I'm not. I actually am today, unlike last week when I was still napping.
Oh. Is that a thing that people did? Wore wolf tails and Awud? Is that a thing?
I think so.
I'm the leader. I was on a weird side of TikTok. Don't no one talk to me about it. It's
definitely
no one, just me.
Furry thing.
Okay, I was not on furry TikTok. I was definitely there was like a song. No, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't know. I was not on that side of TikTok.
Anyway, Denny says, "Hey, Ash and Elizabeth." Oh, because in the Twitch notification, I said, "How would you rate this season out of 10?" Denny says, "My rating for the season's a solid 7. Not exciting, but not terrible. Straight down the middle for our boy Denny."
How would you rate it? I feel like 7 is generous.
Oh, but really?
I thought it was fine. I don't know. Maybe it's just because
7.
I'm disappointed with the result. But I also I didn't like the McLaren bullshit all season. I guess it worked for them. But I was just not a fan of it.
We'd say 6.5. Me in the middle somewhere. You and me.
Yeah, I think 6.
Feel it.
Maybe 2.
You're like keep going lower. On the envy and like the McLaren bullshit this season, McLaren fan or otherwise. Yeah. Well,
not great.
Not
We'll
great.
get there.
What do you think they'll do next season?
Hopefully, I'm torn on this, right? Because like, part of me is like, I hope they're terrible next season so that they never have a chance to compete for the championship again during this era. But also, I want Oscar to be good. But he's still young. He's got plenty of years under his belt.
He's still a little guy. Oh, can we talk about just like a sidebar? This is not even like has to be part of the main show. Just sidebar. There was a video that came out from a notorious F1 photographer that people love or hate or love to hate.
Yame?
Kim Euman.
Oh, that
about
bitch.
Piastri's pit passes, and it's like, oh, like he didn't request for his family to have enough, so like the FIA just had to print it out because McLaren didn't have enough. And there are some interesting comments. I just want you to know that it's true. Teams have a set amount. When I first joined Red Bull in Miami, when I was in Miami 2 years ago, a year ago, 2 Miamis ago, I was wearing my pass.
Miami ago,
and then a Miami ago, I was in the paddock doing stuff. Someone came up to me and they're like, "Ash, we need your pass for blank." It was Elon Musk. But yes, teams have a limited number of passes, regardless of its family, blah blah, whatever. Teams have limited passes. That's just how it works. It's true. The FIA can just print more. That's always in my head too when they're like, "Oh, we don't have any more." I'm like, "Oh, the FIA is just making this up." There's no like fire code that I'm aware of. They're like, "Oh, we can't have this number of people." But there probably is. But the FIA, you're correct, can just print more, which is exactly what they did. Is they just printed more and presented them to Oscar Piastri. The weird thing I did find was that supposedly the Piastri family. Now again, this is supposedly I don't know. According to the comments, Piastri family was in like the FIA like main hospitality. They weren't in McLaren hospitality for one reason or another, and that could be again a room thing. Because the hospitalities are like numbered. There are a certain number of seats and food and catering, especially for the teams and stuff. So that could have been part of the issue because there's not enough passes. Then there's clearly not enough seats in their hospitality, which is also weird because like you just let them in. Like I don't know. I don't think it's big of a deal. Like Oscar has his own room / like trailer thing. I'm trying to describe this accurately. They have like their own room essentially, like his parents could just like and his siblings could hang out in. You know, it's not like weird, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Everyone needs to calm down. It's just
huge deal.
It's just crazy. Did Helmut sign me? No, he did not scout me out, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. It means I could have talent, but I just don't know.
Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe we'll find out. It's been another year where qualifying was generally more exciting than the races. Oh, that's an interesting take.
I would say, yeah. Yeah, that was I feel like that often is the case, though. Like, the qualifying, the tension is high consistently for that entire hour. You're always, like, keeping an eye on things, watching strategy, trying to figure out what they're going to do. Whereas in the race, there are definitely those moments where it's like, we're just in a DRS train behind Fernando Alonso, riding this out until who knows when.
Yeah. If Tom Cruise shows up, they aren't saying sorry. Well, they didn't say. Well, Elon showed up last minute. They didn't say sorry. They just took mine. They just take whoever's lowest in the totem pole.
I would
Just
have laid
FYI.
on the ground and kicked and screamed and threw a fit.
They just yoink it from someone else, and they just like deal with it, or they like probably talk to a sponsor to see if they have additional ones. Because the same thing for going to the garage, you get a certain number of passes and it gets switched around and stuff. So there's a whole system. I just don't think it just blew up. Certain videos blow up, and I'm like, can you add context to this, please?
No.
Which frustrates me about this person, because they can add context. They know how it works. And they made this video, and I was like, brother, what are you doing? I mean, I know exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing, but it was just a little frustrating.
You hate to see it.
I hate to say it. All right, chat. Should we jump into the show?
Let's show it up.
They give your piece to Elon Musk. Did I hear that correctly? Yeah. He showed up last minute to Miami.
Lame.
And they're like, here, take it. Has it. Can I has cheeseburger? Can I has pass? Is essentially what Elon Musk said. All right, chat. Welcome to episode 71 of the Elizabeth and Ash show. Let's get into our news of the week, which is really the news of the day, because this was officially announced today on December 9th. Elizabeth.
An end of an era is here. Helmut Marko is no longer a part of the Red Bull racing program.
I hear the Munchkin singing in Munchkin Land.
He's been part of the team for 20 years, joined in 2005 when Red Bull was just getting off the ground. He was their special advisor in recent years with an emphasis on the young driver program. But this man, he's out of here.
Out of here. So I'd like to say, I know the Elizabeth and Ash show broke the video of Helmut Marko getting a massage and his feet video. And somehow, like, the next week he's also let go. I like to say that everyone should thank us.
My influence.
Yeah. Everyone thank
You
Elizabeth.
watch one video of his feet and it's over.
It's over. Now we should post the Helmut Marko video. Now I gotta edit it tonight after I'm done with the slide decks. Post that out there. Everyone's gonna see this. We can't get in trouble. He's gone. What is Red Bull gonna do?
Exactly.
Not
What are they
invite us
gonna do?
places? What are they gonna do?
I don't know. Apparently, part of the reason as to why this has happened were those hot takes about Kimi Antonelli that we discussed last week, where Helmut Marko was very clearly just wrong in the, I don't even want to say the insinuation, because he's just said it kind of directly, that Kimi Antonelli moved out of the way for Lando Norris to give him track position and better help him in the championship. But from what reporting I have read, folks at the race said this has been kind of a long time coming. It started back in 2022 with Dietrich Mateschitz dying, followed by Helmut Marko's racist comments about Sergio Perez in 2023, followed by Red Bull's failed attempt at ousting Helmut Marko in 2024, followed by the Antonelli saga, as well as some alleged questionable decisions that Marko was making with regards to junior drivers. There is apparently some fiasco currently happening where Marko really wanted to sign Alex Dunn, who was a former McLaren junior driver, and the team was not as keen on that. Dunn has a lot of... He's quite an aggressive driver, I think is the politest way to say that. So there's been some kind of pushback against whether or not he's ready. So that's how she goes. Whether or not you like Helmut Marko, I think a lot of folks are trending in the latter half of that. I do think it is a significant thing to note because Red Bull has lost many of its significant personnel. We had Dietrich Mateschitz that, he passed away in 2022 and kind of upheaved what Red Bull was and the structure of it. We've had Jonathan Wheatley leave, Adrian Newey, Christian Horner was fired. Now we have Helmut Marko gone. So this was kind of the, I would say the core crew that defined what Red Bull was for many of its successful years. And now a lot of those folks are gone. So as we head into a brand new era in 2026, it's going to be a complete change for what their operating procedure is going to be. And I am excited to see it.
It's like the ship with Theseus, where it's like, oh, you replace all the parts, it's still the same ship. Red Bull's fine. They're
We'll see.
fine. With the Alex Dunn thing, just to emphasize, so supposedly he signed them without approval, is what I read, of Red Bull. Like, he was just like, oh, I want this guy. And now to get Alex out of his contract, it's costing upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So.
Oops.
Oopsies.
Just a big oops there. Yeah, that was the talk of the week. Quite a big year. Quite a big couple of years for Red Bull personnel.
I think there's only a few people left of, like, the OG team. It's like Hannah Schmitz, Max, GP, and there's one more. Oh, Pierre.
Yeah.
So. We never found the impetus for them firing Horner, right? It was so sudden, I've seen nothing about it since. Oh, no. There was impetus.
Yeah. There's a lot of discussion about performance drops with the team, but there was also a lot of lingering animosity between Christian Horner and a lot of other folks on the team, stemming from the allegations that he inappropriately had an inappropriate relationship, acted inappropriately toward a colleague who's technically under his employ. So if you recall, part of the Helmut Marko, like when they were trying to oust him, was also part of trying to oust Christian Horner at the same time. Jos Verstappen was very like anti-Horner, get this man out of here. There was a lot of power struggle that was kind of going on behind the scenes of the team. There was insinuations that it was Horner's fault for Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley leaving. So there was a lot of it was just kind of a snowball where we get to the British Grand Prix. They do terribly, and he was out of there.
Otherwise, news-wise, we'll kind of wrap it up talking about the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and things that kind of consequently happened and whatnot. But is there anything else dropping?
Indy next will be testing at the Miami International Autodrome as part of the Miami International Autodrome's push to host more racing series. So they're going to do that in, I believe it's late February, and then I think just a couple weeks after Formula E goes. NASCAR driver Michael Annett died. Not quite. The family has been kind of quiet about that, but it was a big tragedy. He's 39 years old. So he did a lot in the NASCAR series, Cup Series. He was in for a couple of seasons, and then withdrew partway through 2021 as a result of a leg injury that just kind of kept getting worse. So very sad.
Yeah. Is Christian Horner just going to disappear partway through Try to Survive? Probably.
I feel like they're going to have to give him a big breakup episode.
Boring.
What if he's a talking head for the rest of the season? What if they get him in there just like commenting on everything afterward?
Okay. Funny.
They can't let him go. He's their moneymaker.
He's their moneymaker. Just like how we're never going to let go Gunther Steiner.
Exactly.
We're never going to let go Christian Horner. Okay.
When are we going to get Christian Horner's tell-all book?
Get his view on papaya rules? Oh, you know he'd be shit-talking on that radio to Max.
That'd be so funny.
That'd be so funny. Man.
Pull him into DTS just for that. I just want to hear his take.
Nightmare blood rotation. Yeah, can we have someone with like the sass and knowledge of those two, Helmut and Christian, but without all the other shit of racism, misconduct, allegedly. Please. I don't know why we can't just have nice things in motorsports.
Well,
I miss the sass. Oops. I don't know who's that sassy anymore.
I miss Cyril Abiteboul. I miss him so much. He seemed like he was a fine, upstanding gentleman who also could talk shit with the best of them. Bring him back.
Talking shit, it's a lost art form.
It really is.
Amongst good people. Let me say that. Amongst good people.
Yes. I don't want to say harmless shit talking, because all shit talking is meant to poke and prod, but like
right.
Shit talking that's not coming from a degenerate.
Yeah, I wish Zach Brown was better at it.
Oh my god, yeah.
He
wants to be so bad.
He wants to be so cool. He's got no riz. It was really depressing to watch that post-race stuff.
I fear he is the most rizless man in the United States of America.
I think you can have a douchebagger. There's like a certain amount of douchebagger. There's like a gray zone of douchebaggery. You can be a little bit of a douche, but like just don't be a terrible human being. Like, is that so hard?
Be mean to people who deserve to be meaned at.
Oh, kind of what like Nico Rosberg does, but just from the TP side, exactly.
Yes, that's all I want.
Thank you. It's all we want. All right. Well, speaking of, let's just go into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We'll go into this.
We had Abu Dhabi. Lando Norris is World Drivers' Champion.
Read your next sentence, Elizabeth, in the notes.
Prompting the meh heard round the world.
Look, okay, I can't believe I'm defending Lando Norris in this podcast for like 3 weeks in a fucking row. That's not. Lando Norris fans have been waiting for this, / McLaren fans for the shitty car that they had, and now they finally have come up, and they're doing it against Max Verstappen.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to. It's fine. It's good. He has the most points. He won.
I can give it to him, right? He consistently performed all year. Even when the car was bad, he was always there on the podium in a way that his teammate could not have been. This year, like when the car was less gooder than it was when Red Bull took its resurgence. Lando was still there. Oscar Piastri was kind of thrown it away. He was a deserving champion. I just don't think he's a cool one.
Why don't you think he's cool?
I think he's a wiener.
His press conference was interesting. I don't know if you saw the quote from, I know the race posted it on like their fancy graphic, but he mentioned about, and I'm paraphrasing of course, is how he said he said some things about Max and Lewis, and that he definitely regrets or like apologizes for those things, but definitely respects everyone, and he's excited to be world driver champion. Seeing his mom was super sweet.
Yes.
She was crying.
His mom,
I was crying. It was a whole thing for me.
Yeah. His mom, his parents were celebrating, had a good time. I did like what Lando... I can appreciate... I don't know that if I necessarily like it. I can appreciate what Lando said after he won, where he was like, I won it my way. I did it without kind of shit-talking anyone, without bullying anyone.
Ooh.
I did it in a nice way. I can respect that. I just don't enjoy that. I want to see everyone get their claws out when they're battling for a world championship. I want to see people fighting.
You make a good point. And so I need to read 3 things from the live chat right now. Taylor Mills says Lando wasn't a flashy champion because all he did was exactly what he needed to do, which is what I feel like if George Russell ever does win the championship, people are going to say the exact same thing because they're not fancy. They're not like aggressive. They just do what they have to do and they win. That one guy says he won the most Lando Norris way possible. Bullied on the race start, stayed consistent, finished last on the podium for the championship.
Yes. Ice
Demon makes a fabulous point for NASCAR fans. Lando is F1's Chase Elliott, as interesting as Wonder Bread.
Yes. I think that's the thing. Like, I can Chase Elliott championship, I can respect that he got there. I can respect that he got the points. I respect that he won the finale, right? Lando Norris, I respect that he got the points. I respect that he was consistent. I just fear that he is not the most interesting man in the world. That's literally my critique.
Yeah, all right, fair.
Yeah. It was a good race start. They were qualifying. They lined up with the 3 title contenders in the top 3. Verstappen on pole, Norris P2, Oscar Piastri P3. So we were in for a battle of the ages potentially if any kind of chaos went on. At the race start on the first lap, Piastri made a very strong passer on the outside of Lando Norris. So he cooked up to P2, which was basically kind of the only real major significant moment in the World Driver Championship battle taking place on track during the race. There was never really any other passing going on between the 3 of them. Per Andrea Stella, who's McLaren's team boss, Piastri going around the outside was largely a ploy to pile pressure onto Max Verstappen. They were hoping that because Piastri started on hard tires, he could kind of make them last longer and then hound Verstappen, maybe force him to race too hard, either make a mistake or just wear out his tires at the very end of the race. Didn't end up happening, but that was apparently the goal. So that was how the top 3 finished. Max won. Oski Baby was P2, Lando Norris P3.
Can I tell you how annoying it is? And chat, I understand how this works. They won a race, but then like we'll talk about this, how like the whole cool down room, blah blah blah. Like they do this whole thing, right? But then they get on the podium, and Lando's in P3, and I'm like, why is he there? Because I'm completely oblivious to the race thing. I'm like, oh, they're celebrating the championship right now. But like,
Yeah.
no, Max won. Like, what a weird, like, I get it, but also so strange. Like, when you win the World Series, the Stanley Cup, all this other stuff, like, the team just wins, and there's no, like, ah. I was just like, why is Norris standing on the P3 of the podium? Didn't he just win the championship? And then I realized, I was like, oh, yeah, there's a whole race we just fucking did. Just like the movie where they celebrate, what do they celebrate? They celebrate winning the race, but they didn't win the championship. Yeah, same thing. But they're like fireworks, and like, ah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
It's a whole thing. It is in terms of other kind of interesting things I have on the race. It was fine. It wasn't a spectacle. There was passing, but it wasn't really that interesting. The big thing here was that Yuki Tsunoda kind of tried to pull a block on Lando Norris after Norris came out of the pits, and Yuki Tsunoda was like, clearly he's tasked with playing blocker. He's going to be the good teammate for Max Verstappen. So he kind of swerved and drove a little erratically. Lando just whipped around and passed him. So there were two different things under investigation here. Mm-hmm. First was Tsunoda, who was being investigated for erratic driving. And then there was Norris, who was being investigated for passing off the track. All four wheels were off the track when he made that pass. Yuki Tsunoda was given a 5-second penalty for erratic driving. Lando Norris was not penalized because the reason he completed the pass off track was because of Tsunoda's erratic driving. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I necessarily agreed with that one, but I'll let it slide. The Tsunoda one, that's a spot-on penalty.
Let me tell you who didn't let it slide. All of F1 Twitter.
I know. Did he have to pass right there? Like, he could have waited.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my hater take.
And then you talk about missing the focus. I mean, back to my thing of like how it's strange. Moonshine makes a good point. Weird juxtaposition between the momentary pump of your World Driver Championship and then you're standing third on the podium. But like same thing for the broadcast. Yeah. Like I want to watch Lando win his WDC, but we're watching Max cross the finish line and Lando's like in a tiny picture-in-picture. I was like, no, I get Max is winning, but like can you put Max in a picture-in-picture and Lando in the big screen? It was an interesting way the TV kind of dealt with it.
The TV direction was interesting. Like, obviously, we've got a three-way battle for the championship, and so that is the focus of what the broadcast is going to be. But there was a lot of other chaos that was going on in the race, so I've noted down a couple of these because I think not only did they get missed on the broadcast, but I think they got kind of passed over a little bit in the post-race discussions. So there was we clearly had the post-race breakdown, depending on what one you listen to. I know that F1 TV did not really talk about any of this. Liam Lawson almost ran Oliver Bearman into the wall at turn 9 on lap 4. So Lawson got a 5-second penalty and 1 penalty point for that nonsense. If you were watching the race, you would have saw that was an erratic driving penalty, but you probably didn't see what happened. Lance Stroll and Oliver Bearman were fighting for P9 on the last lap, and Bearman made multiple changes of direction while Stroll was trying to pass him. So then Bearman got a penalty on the last lap for that. Alonso kind of created a DRS train, which had the intention of slowing the field down to allow his teammate Lance Stroll to climb back through the field. He did so, and that also helped Lewis Hamilton, who again had a Q1 exit in qualifying. So both of those drivers were able to kind of take advantage of the backup that was happening. In terms of kind of wrapping up the championships, Mercedes locked down P2 in the constructors' standings with a total of 469 points. That was despite George Russell having a really bad start to the race and never really recovering. P3 in the WCC went to Red Bull, P4 to Ferrari, and P5 to Williams. Rounding out the top 10, Racing Bulls was kind of the top of the lower midfield battle with a P6 finish. Aston Martin was P7 with 89 points, so Racing Bulls had 92, Aston Martin had 89. A close little fight going on there. Haas was P8 with 79 points, Sauber P9 with 70, and Alpine P10 with a truly stunning 22.
Williams has to be super proud. I feel we didn't really... Because, it was like a back and forth between them, but interesting. It's great that they got P5. Just reminded everyone that Ferrari just gets additional money for being in Formula One.
Correct. They get the legacy bonus because they're Ferrari. I love it.
Yeah, but then why
Ferrari did not.
You get all this additional cash. Do something with it. What are you fucking doing with it? What?
Being Italian, eating pasta? I don't know.
How much can pasta possibly cost, Michael? 22 cents? I just like don't understand. Like, what are you doing with all this additional money you get?
Who knows? I just love that Ferrari did not compete in the first ever World Championship Grand Prix of Formula One because they weren't getting paid enough money to go all the way to England, and now they just get paid like billions of dollars every year for simply existing.
Yeah, I have to admire the brazenness to demand additional payment just for being there.
Girls got to do what a girl's got to do.
Girls gotta eat.
Girls got to eat.
Girls got bills to pay.
Girls got to eat.
I do wonder how that additional money gets dispersed. That's all I'm saying. They spent it all on Lewis. How much money did they get?
Maybe.
I forget.
They get over $1 billion.
Williams used to get stuff, and that recently got with like the newest charter for the whole thing, right? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Ugh. My comments about the whole thing were that this was like, how do I explain this correctly? The race was interesting to me, and I don't know if it's because I was very focused on paying attention, like hoping to see what would happen, because like maybe Charles Leclerc could get Lando Norris and Lando would be P4 and like that would be interesting. I know it was hyper focused, but I appreciated how everyone drove aggressively. And I was like, where is this 23 other races of the year, guys? All of you are not in sync. I don't know if you guys are just fucking over it and you're like, I just want to get this race done. Somehow everyone was driving their balls off in qualifying and during the race, and I was very impressed. And I was like, guys, where is this? Where is this, the other 23 races of the year? What are we doing?
I want this energy.
I want this energy constantly. I want you going around the outside. I want you peeking your nose in from time to time. I want someone to be like, oh, stop him. Yeah, I'm stopping him. And then you obviously don't stop him. You just erratically swerve. And then Lando Norris has to do Lando Norris things and like blah, blah, blah. And like everyone, it's just like, where is this?
They didn't have to pay to fix the cars after this weekend, Chap says, so.
Spikes makes a good point. Everyone made an effort and we still didn't have a safety car.
Yeah, what the hell is that all about?
Didn't have to pay to fix the cars after this weekend. I hate that logic because you make a good point. But also, like, come on.
I mean, not only do they not have to pay, but there's like no reason to keep all those extra spare parts they have lying around either. Gotta get rid of them.
Give me a little something.
Demo derby after the race. 2 days after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I want them jousting in their F1
I want them
cars.
an hour after. Be like, you still got beef from the race? Let's go.
Let's get it out of your
Get it
system.
out of here. But overall,
fellas up on the podium, you've had your champagne. Get back in the car.
I was looking up 90s toys to give to my nephews for Christmas. That's a whole other discussion. But you know how they have like, do you guys remember the commercials for like the inflatable like Rock'em Sock'em? Not the robots, but like you can like beat up your brother with like inflatable fist essentially, but it was just a big Q-tip on your hands. Give the drivers that on the podium and see if they get knocked out first. Who like falls over?
Absolutely.
Sock'em
boppers.
Thank you, chap.
That's
to age myself, but that'd be so fun. Otherwise, I feel like post-race stuff, it was just weird. There was something off. The race was good. I was like, this is aggressive. Everyone's going for it. To Chap's point, no one's paying any money. And we're having a good time. And then post race, Zach, no riz. This is the World Drivers Hotline, brother. Oh, he's interrupting Piastri's race engineer twice.
Yeah.
To be like, thank you for a great season. McLaren thanks you. And I'm like, dude, read the room. Like his engineer's like, hey, you did a good job, Oscar. Like we're really proud of you. And Oscar Zach interrupts. He's like, Oscar.
The last man I want to hear from at that point.
I was like, Zach, are you not listening? Did you not hear them?
Probably not.
Maybe he can't actually hear them because they're just too busy celebrating. Kind of like what happened to Dorian Palm in like Miami. Was it Miami? I think a couple years ago where she won the race, or like she was going to win, but she did an extra lap at full speed and she got in trouble for it. It was just frustrating. Zach Brown's the king of goobers. It was just off. I just didn't like it. It was off. And then in the post race, so he's giving like Piastri weird hugs. And it's just like, do this after
No, I gotta do it on the cameras.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
on
He's
the
got to do it on the
cameras.
camera to show whatever. It was just strange. There's like something going on. It was weird. I do appreciate. This was not weird. This is what I something I do appreciate. Norris's mom giving Oscar a hug when they came out of the cars. She obviously congratulated her son and stuff, but like went to Oscar, and I thought that was really sweet. Like a mom knows we need a hug, and that was sweet. Like she's proud of him, but I it's tough obviously to have that kind of end of the year. So I thought that was really really sweet.
I loved I don't know if you saw this. I think it was a video maybe Formula One posted, but after the race, like Oscar just kind of defeatedly walks over to where all of the folks are coming onto the track to celebrate with them afterward. And his mom is there, but all of his sisters were there too. And I was like, I love this image of him being hugged by all of these strong women in his life. I know he's going to grow up to be a nice little boy.
All sisters are so cool, and he's not.
They are so cool. I know.
To say that about a
They
Formula
took
One
all
driver.
of the personality in that whole
His
family.
sisters are so cool. His mom is a riot. I mean, right? Is great. So, appreciated that. Folks are saying, so I don't listen to the Sky commentary / the main broadcast in the United States. If you're on ESPN, you did. But I use F1 TV, so I'm
You don't
listening
get
to-
the post-race commentary on ESPN.
No, they just like shut that off right away.
Yeah.
During the podium, I think they shut it off.
Generally before the podium.
So I listen to F1 TV commentary with Alex Jakes, etc. But folks on Sky said the commentary was really lackluster. Usually there's like, and Lando Norris wins the World Drivers' Championship. Apparently it was
That's funny.
it was just, and I was like, that kind of sucks. Why would you do that?
Why is he listening to the commentary?
No, sorry, just folks in general
Oh.
saying about Sky.
Oh, just people in
Sky
general.
just
Got
being
it, got it.
Whatever about it. I was like, yeah, that is kind of weird. We mentioned the TV direction showing Max instead of Lando, which I thought was an interesting choice because one's a driver champion. Later on, Norris's dad makes an interesting comment in post race stuff, something to do with like family is always at their son's race, something along those lines. Like family's always there. I'm like, oh. Talking about how Max Verstappen said that his parents didn't know or like they didn't come to his race, but blah blah blah. But like his fiance was there and his stepdaughter was there. I was just like, I was looking at Norris's dad and I was like, brother, your son just won World Driver Championship. You don't have to like shade Jos Verstappen and Max Verstappen. Like, what are you doing?
Perfect time to be bitter.
It's just. Oh, Crofty said something about papaya rolls in 2025 when Lando won. Yikes.
That's funny.
That's kind of, whatever. I guess you can do whatever you want, but Lando wins ultimately. I just think that's class. Whatever. Then you have Mohammed bin Salem, the FIA president, which we all have feelings about. He was being really more weird than usual because he like forces himself into situations, but like, he's like dapping up Lando, but you see him like grab him after the dap and like pull him in for a hug, and I was like, okay, what is happening? And then he's like playing with his hair, and then like all this other stuff. I was like,
The like
what are we
hair tussle in the
doing?
cool down room, but the hair tussle was also like he like grabbed his hair and pulled on it. I was like, that's a little bit of a choice.
Him and Zach probably got together in a room, and they're like, how do we make our kids cringe? I just don't.
Should have showed up in a costume like those dads do when they send their kids off
Have their
to school
iPad
on the
out?
bus. Yeah.
And their face filming it. Zach did
Oh
do
my
a
God,
selfie with
Zach-
Andrea Stella. I like
Zach
that.
Brown do it. I thought it was all right, but I was like,
You gotta remember the moment. Yeah, definitely like a little
I mean,
boomer energy.
I
but you gotta
know it.
remember
I
the
know
moments.
it's going on his Instagrid like immediately.
Then there's the cool down room, which is a little awkward. Don't a little weird. Stefano Domenicali goes in, congratulates everyone, but like really hypes up Max. He's like, "Wow, great second half of the season, Max." But like after, I was like, "Brother, what are you doing?"
So
Another
funny.
another what's going on here, and then he leaves. They're kind of just sitting. They're like chatting a little bit. Max goes in like, "What's taking so long? Like, we're not doing podium?" Max is just over it already. He's like, "I'm not staying anymore. Are you staying for the Pirelli
I liked
tire
Oscar
test?"
asking, like, you didn't want to back everyone up a little bit more? Like, you didn't want to keep backing the field up for us?
It was yeah, it was just like a lot of weird things.
The vibes were off. The vibes were really
The vibes
off.
were, I don't even know, they were just interesting. I was like, this is strange. I was like, why are you saying this right now? Why are you bullying in someone for a hug so aggressively? Why are you tousling hair? What is, I hated all of it. MBS needs to learn some boundaries. Dude, I don't know. He's going to win the FIA president. I know it's in court or something. I don't
There's
think
some
that's
sort
gonna
of
stand.
court-related challenge that's going on to it, but I think it's only in Paris, France,
Well, it's
or
where the FIA
something
is
of the
based,
sort.
right? So it has
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's gonna hold up beyond kind of that specific challenge.
I don't know if they knew of like a couple of races ago. They're like, oh, Lando Norris is going to secure this, and then they didn't secure it, and they're like, oh, we have to now also print Max Verstappen T-shirts. So like no one knew what was happening, and like no one was ready for like
That's funny.
in their head. Usually you just mentally prepare where you're going to say to someone, but like you're like, who's going to win? I don't know. So like Lando won, so they're like filtering through their brains of what to do. It was so
Didn't plan
strange.
for this.
I do appreciate Lando Norris was celebrating. He was having a good fucking time. That was fun to see him just party it out. I mean, per usual Lando Norris party standards, but he was having a good time. I believe a fan or someone at the club was filming him with a flash on, and then he like turned off the phone and gave it back to them and was like, "Get out!" And I was like, "I respect that."
Yeah, I know for a fact I've heard this firsthand from someone who's attended a Lewis Hamilton post-race party. He makes you deposit your phones at the door. So you're not allowed to have your cell phone with you at all in the club when Lewis Hamilton is hanging out in there.
I think that should be standard.
I agree.
So
I think they should
supposedly-
have their privacy.
Side note, not even with drivers. So supposedly, I go on. Okay, how do I say this without being a weirdo? So sometimes on Reddit, you go on Are Popular, and like the teacher subreddit pops up sometimes, or like I get teacher stuff on my Instagram reels. I just like enjoy like set up my classroom with me. Like I think that's really cute. And sometimes, and like we've all done donations to their list in the beginning of the year for supplies and things, and paying off school lunches and stuff. So, any hoodles. Supposedly, middle school dances or like, even high school dances are really awkward because everyone's too afraid of being filmed and like being put on the internet and being made fun
That's
of.
sad.
And I feel that way about weddings recently. Like everyone wants a videographer, and like I went to a wedding in my slew of wedding season that I went to, where a videographer was there the entire night and just like in your face on the dance floor. And I was like, I want to get wasted and be a fool, but not if I'm gonna like catch it on video, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of
Yeah.
understand where people are coming from. Where it's like, put your phone down. Just let them. Just everyone just be loose and have a good time.
Yeah. It's strange. Strange behavior. Put your phones away. Touch grass, bro. Live in the moment.
Live in the moment, bro. Live in the moment. But yeah, I mean, Lando got to celebrate. They did tire testing today and yesterday, I believe. So that's pretty cool. Probably just testing out. Yeah, so that's like actually, now that I'm bringing this up, some folks were asking, how are they tire testing for next year if the cars aren't next year's cars? And yeah, I mean, you can test a tire still and stress test it.
Correct.
see
And
how
I
long it
do, I think Mercedes, I don't know about anyone else, but I do know Mercedes brought a specific special front wing that it made for this. So they were able to use it, where it was a wing that was better able to mimic what the 2026 Aero was going to do, so it would better help get a more accurate test. But like, you just mostly want to know that the tires are not falling apart, which I think you can do while running it in any kind of
You probably do want a
configuration.
baseline of new tires with the old car because you have the baseline of the current tires with the current car, so you know how that goes. See how that does with the current car, and then adjust. And a good point to Chadwick, to your point, that some teams bought different aero parts that they were testing to your point. I don't know what teams bought what. It's the first time I didn't realize Mercedes brought a front wing, but other teams brought other things.
Yeah.
So they're just testing that out.
Farting around, seeing what's good.
Speaking of, should we say our goodbyes? The things in the 2025
Yes.
season?
Yes. Goodbye, you terrible, terrible machine, the SF-25. Please rest in pieces. Goodbye, DRS. Kimi Antonelli was the last boy to press the DRS button. Jensen Button was the first. We've got a good bookend on that. Goodbye, Yuki Tsunoda. No one said goodbye, but I feel like I should. Goodbye, Sauber. It was nice to know you.
As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. But we get to welcome some new things to the grid in 2026.
Yeah!
Hello, Cadillac. They're going pretty hard. They released Valtteri Bottas's seat fitting video, which is fun.
Yes.
So
They
have a bunch of stuff
I'm hyped.
dropping. I think GM released something on their video about like one of their test drivers being like, "Oh, I saw on YouTube when I was before this pod." So GM is posting stuff, Cadillac's posting stuff, kind of like F1's posting stuff. They're going hard in the paint.
Yep, they're hiring. So if you are looking for a job, they've got like a ton of positions open for the F1 team. So if you're in marketing, if you're in engineering, you're willing to move, have a think. Have a think about it.
They're hiring for stuff in the United States too.
Mm-hmm.
So consider maybe, I mean, most of the stuff's obviously going to be in Europe, as we know, because it's easier logistics wise, but they are hiring for some motorsport stuff and whatnot in the United States as well. Mm-hmm. Audi is also coming to the grid, but I don't know what they're doing. Have they posted anything?
They posted their livery. I liked it. A lot of people didn't. It's a very like there's like a hard line between it's like black, red, and gray, which of course it was. I knew that was going to be the case. Mm-hmm. Some people didn't like it because it was too like blocky, but I thought it was good. I liked it. They signed a sponsor. I don't know who.
Oh, Cadillac, a title sponsor?
No, Audi.
Oh,
yeah. They're gonna hang out. They're gonna be there. They have a very German approach to this, very understated.
Yes, it is very German, which I think is going to be an interesting juxtaposition to how we talked about this. Did we talk about this last pod or no?
I'm not sure about the Cadillac going all out for the Super Bowl launch.
So Cadillac is launching their car / livery, really their livery, doing their car launch via Super Bowl, during the Super Bowl via commercial. And if you may or may not know, about 30 seconds of Super Bowl ad time is equal to $4 to $6 million. So they're doing 60 seconds. So they're paying a chunky penny for this. But there's been an interesting reaction, which Elizabeth wrote a fantastic Substack about, of people saying that it's too much.
Yeah.
And it's the most American thing they've seen. Well, gosh damn it, if American team doesn't post on Super Bowl. God fucking forbid.
Yeah. Like, that's a genius marketing move. I
also, this is going to be
don't know
rude,
what to tell you.
And I'm so sorry. This is going to be mean to everyone else around the world. But this Super Bowl ad is going to be seen by more people than your shitty team's launch in bumfuck Silverstone, Milton Keynes, England. Just FYI.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you this, that American Super Bowl, like the American football, aka the Super Bowl, will have more eyes on it than probably all the races combined in the United States viewership added up. This
I
is
would
a
also
smart
like to
move.
point out that this is not the first time in history that there has been an audacious car launch.
Didn't Red Bull have the Spice Girls? Who had the Spice Girls?
The Spice Girls played at a McLaren car launch. Flavio Briatore and Eddie Jordan were known for flying their cars to insane locations and doing insane on-site car launches. This is not a specifically American phenomenon, nor is it new. David Team in the 80s, 70s, late 70s, I think, had organized a whole party where the brand new Lotus that he was sponsoring was descended from the ceiling with Mario Andretti in the cockpit. So it's coming down from the ceiling of a ballroom. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Chap says the livery launch ad will be seen by more people than will see the first race of the actual car. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So there was also some debate about the date. Cadillac wrote it the American way.
The date format.
So they wrote February 9th.
2/9. Fucking 26, and everyone in the comments. Oh my god, I almost lost my mind scrolling through. This is the
August.
only
It's
thing.
2/8/26.
Oh, 2/8.
It's like, oh, in August?
Yeah.
Which is fine.
No.
The August jokes, like, there was a lot of them because everyone made the same joke, but that's fine. Some people got legit annoyed,
Angry.
which you might be surprised if this is the first time you're hearing this, how they need to stay with the European consistency. Not everyone in the world does it that way. Why when they do it for brand stuff, blah, 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 blah. And to that I say, I don't know. Shove a bald eagle up your ass. Live a little.
It's
not that big of a deal. There's literally so much bigger fish
It's
to
an
fry.
American team announcing its livery at the most American event of the entire year. I think they would much rather use the format of the date that people are going to be looking at if they're going to be watching in the United States. I also think if you just put your thinking cap on for 30 seconds and consider this, you would realize that no, they're not doing a livery launch in August. If you just
that's a joke, and I get it. Like, that's the American, like, slash rest of the world slash Europeans. I'm gonna say the whole continent of Europe just hates us, which is fine. Whatever. 3 American races they get mad at. Whatever. I will give them the August joke.
No, I will not. It pissed me off.
Why are you guys so mad about it? There's so many other things to be mad at. Like, how the fact you can't say guacamole for some reason.
Guacamole.
Guacamole. Or the fact you can't say taco. Taco. There's so many other things to be angry at. But you're choosing the date?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ridiculous. But yeah, we're at the end of the season. It's Jover. We're free. We're free.
As we go. Oh, whack-a-mole. Yeah, dude. Have you watched Great British Bake Off when they had Mexican week?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
I think I read the, like, post-Mexican cook-off theme, like, articles of, like, how embarrassing it was. Taco.
To be fair, the rest of North America isn't super jazzed about the U.S. right now. Look, understood.
Here's my thing, right? Because I got a lot of responses to this of like, are you aware of what's going on in the United States right now? Yes, I am aware. I also think that we can celebrate the one, like, good thing that we have. I think we can enjoy life a little bit, even though everything else is bad. I feel the same way about the good folks who live in Saudi Arabia, who were born and raised there. They deserve to have a nice time too. I can't help the regime. I can't help the hatred. People just deserve to have some nice things sometimes.
You guys are not wrong. That's right. You could hate us. I get it. Tariffs? Dumb. We all knew that was coming.
This country is single-handedly causing chaos around the rest of the world, and I understand if you are upset. I am too. Trust me. But, like, damn.
This is an interesting conversation. That this is obviously, like, off podcast stuff, but between us friends here, it's hard to, I don't know, consume sport in this sense, right? Like, I'm sure soccer fans in FIFA with their corruption stuff also have issues.
Yeah, and with their whole, like, whatever the hell they just had going on with Big D.
As a hockey fan, it's difficult. A lot of hockey players are obviously very pro-conservative and very much like, we hate women. And as a woman who watches hockey, I'm like, oh, that's kind of dick. A lot of players are Russian, and whether they have to or are forced to by the government back at home because they do have families there, have to say that Russia's great and they're not doing anything to Ukraine. Right? It's I think about these things all the time when watching. I mean, God forbid the Knicks jersey fucking has visit Abu Dhabi, I think, or Dubai on their fucking jerseys because they paid a shitload of money to sponsor the Knicks. Like, it's how do you consume anything as a human being without realizing its ethicalness?
There is no ethical consumption under capitalism, which has given rise to a lot of fascist behaviors around the world, which has made it even harder to do literally anything such as breathe and exist. So
you do what you can control, right? I don't shop at Target. I don't go to Starbucks. I don't do these things. I cancel Disney, Hulu. Not that I think YouTube and Google are better, but I just like, what do I? Okay, then like there's no.
Would you like to join me as I go completely off the grid and start a little sheep farm in honor of Jim Clark? And all we do is just raise little sheep, and we raise our food. We don't talk to anyone else. Yeah, of course we're gonna raise our sheep ethically. I'm gonna treat them like family.
Oh, okay. How many sheep?
I don't know. Chap's not interested. As many sheep as I can afford.
Chap's not invited.
I can't afford many. Probably a sheep.
A shoop. No,
My shrimp.
One shrimp. Yeah, it's the things I think about too. So yeah, you're not wrong, but kind of like, it's like the one thing I am excited about. Like USA hockey, like the Olympics coming up, or like just USA in general during the Olympics. Like, it's a little rough. It's a little hard. Then you're looking at individual people, right? Like there was a Stranger Things movement of you weren't supposed to watch Stranger Things because two of the people on it are, what's the word I'm looking for? Why am I an idiot when you're pro-Israeli and you're fine with the whole thing? What am I? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they're Zionist. So people are like boycott Stranger Things, and I'm like, okay. But then it turns out there's people on the show that aren't Zionists and they're speaking up for Gaza. So I'm like, okay, should we watch it now to support them?
Yeah. There's not really any easy answer.
I don't know the answer. And I'm not trying to be like, this is so
Yeah.
hard. Like, I just don't have to fucking watch the show. Like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I will live. I will move on. I won't, when I die, this won't matter. But it's like, how do I just want to be, I want to do the right thing. But like, what is the right thing? All the time.
Yeah.
And keep my sanity.
There's generally no right answer.
Yeah, the company I work for.
Yeah.
Just got away with being a monopoly. So, it might have donated to a certain campaign.
Yeah.
But also, looking for jobs is really rough right now. The right answer is do the best you can. I make all political decisions based upon my Netflix thumbs up, thumbs down right now. Ugh. World Cup and Olympics are going to be a really hard watch, enjoy. Yeah. Ugh. So back to Cadillac. I'm excited. Give me and Elizabeth this. Can we have this?
This is just the one thing. Let me enjoy this part of Americana. Y'all can throw out the rest. I don't care. Maybe not apple pie. I do like that too.
There's no ethical consumption of apple pie under capitalism. Yeah, The Good Place is the core pieces of the story. That's a great show. And it kind of talks about this. Have you watched the show, Elizabeth?
Nope.
Yeah, the whole point is like there's a good place and a bad place, and eventually it's revealed in the show that there's like a system of points. And it's like, oh, like one of the characters, Eleanor, it's like, oh, you bought this iPhone. Well, it was made in this area, so like you contributed this much to the to the pollution of getting it to you, and like the chips and the blah blah blah, like negative, and it's like, oh, like a child laborer, negative like 1,000,000 points. And it's like, oh yeah, you had all these negative points, but also like, how, like I can't. There's no phones made in America, right? Yeah. Like. Or, like, she wanted to go to the grocery store, but, like, she lives in an area where you have to drive to the grocery store, and this was the only bananas available. So it's just, like, it's just hard being a human if you're going to be tit for tat like that.
Yeah.
You ate almonds. Well, if you eat a Chiquita banana, apparently you're also contributing to, like, some civil war or mob mentality.
Don't they have the monkeys picking bananas for them or something?
There's something going on with those bananas that I was like, oh, never mind. I guess I'm not eating those anymore. Purchasing tomato is 1,500 was plus 10 points, but in 2015 is minus 50 points because capitalism. Yeah. Oh, they took over a country to grow bananas. See, it's hard being human. Oh yeah, now I see Netflix, WB, Paramount. There's a bunch of drama, and both options are equally bad for fans, dude. Right? Like you do what you can. Help your neighborhood, help your family, help your neighbors, help your friends. Don't be a shithead. We don't have all the answers, but try to be a good person. And be better than you were the next day. Nobody has all the answers. I am sitting on holiday cards though, so hopefully that gets me plus points, but probably negative points because I didn't use recycled paper.
And you're sending them via. Can you guarantee your postal van, your postal one, is an electric vehicle? And was those electric vehicle batteries crafted in China or some shit?
Yeah, but my mailman has a job.
It's true.
USPS, let's go, baby. Oh, if you guys ever go to Washington, D.C., the Postal Museum, the USPS Postal Museum, incredible.
Is it cool?
They have like a taxidermy dog from like the 50s, whenever like the mail first started going by trains, and this dog was watching the station. That's just there. It's great, but they have really cool stamps and stuff like that. It's a great museum.
Oh, girl.
Kitty.
I bought a little slider.
Elizabeth, what do we expect from you this weekend? It's a lot to edit out there. Sorry, chap.
This week, I am doing an F1 gift guide for sickos on my Deadly Passions Terrible Joy Substack.
Tell me, why is it for sickos?
Here's the thing, because I've been getting a lot. I follow a lot of like the new publications for F1, and I was reading the Paddock Journal one, and I was like, I love this idea. I am not the target audience, right? A lot of these are like there's a certain subset that's like watches and like cigars and whiskey. I'm not that target audience. There's another subset that's like the F1 fashion brand collaborations with like Louis Vuitton and like fragrances and like the F1 Academy, skincare sponsors. I'm also not that target audience. I am the target audience who's going onto eBay and finding the most obscure, weird, and strange gift ideas that I can possibly find that I'm going to be like a little Jackie X figure. Who the fuck needs that? Insane. That's for me.
There's a board game that's like racing related.
There's La Corsa.
Is that sicko enough or not sicko enough?
It's not sicko enough. I'm looking straight. I'm looking at on my list. I've got a menu that was signed by F1 drivers. I've got Jacques Villeneuve's album Private Paradise. You can own one of the 800 sold copies of that fucking album. Like the things that like I don't know. I'm not one of the people who's gonna like. I know there's so many of us out there. All I want is like an old vintage Benetton jacket, right? I don't want the new Ferrari merch that they have. Like I do love the Ferrari. There's a handbag that the Ferrari like fashion brand does that I fucking love that I will never be able to afford because it's like $4,000.
Yeah.
But I can absolutely like convince myself that I'm worth an $80 Benetton jacket, right? Like for the sickos who are just specifically only interested in the niche of the niche, for the folks who like you don't want to signal to anyone that you like this thing, you just want some random ass memorabilia, this is the guide for you.
We'll put it in the Discord when it comes out.
They're all on eBay as well, so there's only like one of each thing. So
Get it
if
while
you want
can.
it, fucking go.
For me, nothing. You guys had me all year. Now you can fuck up. Those are my thoughts. Things that have personality and a story. I love that, Jonathan.
Yes.
I got my wife a full Ferrari Ray-Ban line and got huge bonus points. Damn you,
Dang.
Charlotte Leclerc. That's cute.
I have a Ferrari Ray-Ban poster of Fernando Alonso from like 2013 that lives in Chris's office. That's the sicko shit that I'm talking about. My mom went to Ray-Bans and she said, "Can I get that poster? When
What do you mean
take that
you
down?"
barely had me, Ray? You had me for at least 20 races at a 24, which is pretty good. And then you had me almost every week here on this goddamn show.
Get gooder, bro.
Maybe like, let's say 40 out of 52 weeks of the year. So it's 40 times and then plus 20. That's on 60. What are you talking about?
You
Ray,
were
I'm
like
gonna find
once. You were like once.
Yeah,
One
Ray,
time.
where were you? You've never... Get gooder. Yeah, Ray. Where have you been? You haven't been to every single stream. I know this. I can find it.
Checking your stats.
Checking your stats. Under a rock. Ray also always wants to start shit. I feel like people think I'm going to be mean when it's just me and Ray.
Chicago GP, don't feel bad about wearing vintage merch. I have so much of that stuff that I love. You just make sure you wash it and take care of it well. But like if you're going to wear it, just do it. You only live once and these things only exist one time. Just frickin' send it. I have a great like little windbreaker jacket that I absolutely adore from Watkins Glen from like way back in the day. And it's amazing. And it's like there's the inside of it is ripped. You can do a lot of things to mend these and like fix them and repurpose them. If you wear it and it gets stained, just cut it up and make a quilt. Do some cool shit with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we podcast next week, Elizabeth? I don't mind, but I don't want to. But if you don't want to, I also don't care.
I'm good. I'm done. I'm ready for not to do nothing.
Okay. Sorry. Can I lobby one more?
One more.
Let's do
Maybe.
The calculation for fantasy points. 1.
Okay.
2. Rookie roundup. of our
Okay.
of our little guys, our little fellas.
Okay.
What else do we want to talk about? Who our MVP of the season is?
Ooh. In everything?
No,
Or
just like drivers and like just F1 drivers.
Got it.
Just like
My
who's
MVP
for you. Who's your most valuable player?
Will Joseph, congratulations on your world championship.
Zach Brown, congratulations. Papaya rolls influenced everything. Done. Next. Just one more. We can keep it nice and short like this one.
One more.
And I'll work from home. We can do it in the morning. I'll send you
Juan
my schedule.
Pablo Montoya.
One more time. Da-da-da. Chat. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this year. Yeah, we'll be back for one short one. And yeah. Oh, if we don't see you though, have a good holidays. Have a great time.
You better show up next week.
Yeah, if Elizabeth's showing up, you guys.
We're
can
gonna
show
be
up.
here. Fucking be here. Put it in your calendar. Clear your day.
Yeah, Ray. You better be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or else.
Or else. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you drink water, touch grass, be kind.
Support your local racetracks by going to the various light displays that they have, such as the one at Indianapolis Motor Speedway that I have on my shirt.
Oh, sorry, I already put the ending screen on so they didn't see your cool shirt.
No!
Okay, do you want
We'll go to your light displays.
Yeah, go to your light space. Also, just support local in general.
Yeah, if you're going to buy Christmas presents, buy them at a local store.
Yeah. Peace out, fans.
See ya.
What do you want to be? Are you going to be on time?
Ray, I'm going to be on time. I only fell asleep and napped one time through the start of the show.
Yeah, well, she's
I
been here
was
for 72
eating.
episodes, and she's been late once.
Ah! Sometimes a bitch just gotta take a nap with her cats.
Chat, fun fact, Ray still has to do his fantasy football punishment, and now that he's just being a dick, when I see him in person to do it, I'm just going to add more things to it. So, Godspeed, Ray.
Got him.
Good luck with your alcohol poisoning.